Yo, it's Xenoxis, and this is the Xenoxis show for the 1st of August 2017. This is, this is more card reviews from the Knights of the Frozen Throne, and we're covering the last warrior card now. Basically, there is kind of like there's 6 warrior cards that have been shown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I'm not covering all of them because I'm covering 5 cards now. And then the next time I do a video, all the warrior cards will have to have been revealed, because then there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because there's basically 10 warrior cards, there's basically 10 cards of each category. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, so that's the way it's gonna work. So, you know, there's gonna be have to be a later recording session at some point where I will be covering once like all the warrior cards have been shown, once all paladin cards have been shown. That's when I'll be able to make the next video pretty much. And that also makes it so that in the other review I won't be able to go over paladin or warrior cards, so that's something you will have to keep in mind as well. So yeah. But anyway, the animated Berserker is a 1 mana, so it's cheap. It's a common card. It's called animated Berserker, as I said. It's a 1/3. That's a pretty weak stat line. That's the same as Fly Party, like the first mate guy, the one that gives you the hook, the rusty hook. And what it reads is, after you play a minion, deal 1 damage to it. So this is another enrage effect enabler. And the thing that's really make this really good is with stuff like Frothing Berserker, because imagine already Frothing Berserker with Blood Razor, because it buffs when like minions take damage, and then you buff up your Frothing Berserker with Rampage and other stuff, and like animate Berserker. And the thing is, the fact that it has 3 health makes it pretty tough to deal with at 1 mana. I mean, like if you take something like the Argus, like the Shield Bearer guy. It's not called Argus Shield Bearer, it's just called Shield Bearer the Draenei, which is 0 attack and 4 health basically. This is 1 less health. Yes, a mage can use Frostbolties, but is the mage willing to use Frostbolt is 2 mana, right? Yeah, 2 mana to kill off 1 cost. Are they willing enough to do that? That is the question, and if you make them waste a Frostbolt on 1 mana, and that means that your high cost minions will be more safe, so yeah. So this has the potential of being really good. The fact that it's a common card means that it's used like super easy to craft, And the fact that if you have this in your hand when you're dead man's hand, then it's really good, because this is also good late game. Because if you're running an enrage deck, you will have a lot of enrage effects. And then, like, even if you use it late game, you will still have probably a lot of enrage cards left to play. But the thing is, I'm hoping that some of the last cards that will be shown here will have some kind of enrage effect on them, or that the Garrus card, whatever it will be, maybe the hero power will be give a minion enrage, gain 1+1+ in stats, or something like that, or give a friendly minion enrage, and then the enrage effect is a certain predetermined effect or something like that. Because imagine putting enrage on your stuff, and then you have animated Berserker, and like, oh yeah, it's, And what I would really hope is that the Garrus card would actually give more armor than what something is. And one thing that I kept thinking about was how the fact that when I went over the Death Knight cards, which is the hero cards basically pretty much, is they have 1 which costs 9, 1 there which costs 6, and 1 which costs 5. That makes me think there are 9 classes. So what I'm thinking is that each one is gonna have a different mana cost. So it's gonna be 1 through 9 pretty much. So the 9, 5, and 6 is covered. So will that mean that 1 hero will actually cost 1 mana? But what will that effect be, The 1 mana one is something I could think that the priest would be, because the priest would probably use almost like a shadow form thing. But then maybe after that, all things would be shadow form, so maybe instead of the hero power would probably be used be some kind of shadow attack that they would do, that would do steal damage to something. Maybe it will heal you, maybe it would be like vampiric touch. You just touch something and then you like deal damage and you have life steal. And maybe like the priest will not gain armor, maybe they will give 5 armor, but then like gaining 5 armor at 1 mana would be really, really powerful. But yeah, I could definitely see the priest having a possibility of being something like that, and I'm really hoping that's the way they're gonna go do with things. But yeah, animated Berserker, in my opinion though, like, yes, the stat line is not very, very strong. The stat line is not very, very strong, but I actually end up only giving it 3 pancakes. It's because of the fact that the stat line or weaken is pretty easy to kill off. But again, like, it depends totally how strong a rage stakes will be. And yes, it could definitely become a 4 pancakes card or a 5 pancakes card. But it totally depends on how many enrage cards will be. Will there be any new enrage cards in the actual Frozen Throne itself? Like, will there be any neutral enrage cards? That's the question, because so far I believe no neutral card actually has an enrage effect. Nope, no neutral card actually does have an enrage effect. So I would be hoping that either some of the warrior class cards, some of the new ones, would have an enrage effect, or they would print some more enrage effects, because if you have to rely on all the enrage effects only, then it might not be as good. But as I said, it gets 3 pancakes here. So 3 pancakes, there we go. So now let's get on to Paladin Cards. So these are the Paladin Cards that I will cover in order. By the way, that was card 15, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned their numbers and stuff like that. But yeah, that has to do with the previous cards that I've covered on a previous video. I didn't do the reviews in the actual video, but in the comment section basically pretty much. So card 16 is Righteous Defender, which is a minion. Card 17 is Chillblade Champion, which is a minion. Card 18 is Howling Commander, which is a minion. Card 19 is Light Sorrow, which is a weapon. And card 20 is a Bolvar Fireblood, which is a legendary minion. So let's get into things here. So Righteous Defender is a 1 mana, 1/1, a common card, but has Taunt and Divine Shield. So it's basically Arden Squire. And Arden Squire was pretty good to run on its own. It was a pretty sticky minion. It was an annoying minion to deal with because of the Divine Shield effect. It got pretty sticky though. A mage couldn't use Fire Blast to get rid of it. The Divine Shield effect is strong. If you give it Divine Shield, if you give it Divine Shield, if you're running a Divine Shield deck with, my Divine Quest Paladin deck, runs a lot of Divine Shield stuff, when Righteous Defender would kind of fit right into that deck. And it having Taunt is really, really good. Sure, a mage can use Fire Blast it and then just run a minion into it. Like that, but the fact that it has Divine Shield and Taunt makes it very annoying, because if you think something like Shield Block, Red Alert, Shield Bot, Red Alert, if you remember from Goblins vs. Gnome, I believe, the Shield Minibot was only a 2/2 in stats. A 2/2 in stat, but it had Divine Shield. It didn't have Taunt, and that was good enough. This one is a 1/1 with Divine Shield, but this one has Taunt. So, it will probably be really, really good. And it's a 1/1 because it is quite good. Like, what I probably would have said that it could have been, without being too broken, is it could have been a 1/2. If it would have been a 1/2 with Taunt, Divine Shield, then yeah, that would have been annoying to deal with. It could have, it would be able to trade with quite a lot of things, and stuff that. And if you're not going up against something that can deal 1 damage to it, if you're not going up against something that can just ping it, then your opponent is gonna have a bad time, you know. You're gonna be able to trade with a lot of weaker minions, you know, or like it's kind of like an anti-Murloc kind of type of minion, if you count with it that way, you know, like it has the potential to be really, really good. And actually, I don't even need to look at the scores because, or the, you know, like where I have the different ratings, because I'm giving this 5 pancakes. Yes, that's right. 5 pancakes. You know, no question about it, because the fact that Arden Squire was so good, which was 1 mana, 1/1, plus Divine Shield, but it having that taunt effect is just so important against aggro. And like, you go up against a Pirate Warrior, they play like Nasot's First Mate, or whatever. Is it Nasot's First Mate, or is it just First Mate? I forgot, but yeah. But you play that, you get your Rusty Hook, you get your patches. They will need to Rusty Hook your Righteous Defender to pop the Divine Shield. Then they will need to run their Charge Minion into it, because your other minion cannot attack that turn, so they need to run their patches into your Righteous Defender. They've now dealt with your Righteous Defender, they've done no damage to your face, and they only have that First Mate left on the board. Then your next turn, you play another Righteous Defender. You know, and, you know, pretty good. And then of course you can reply the effect with like Argent Protector, I think it's called. The guy that gives a friendly minion Divine Shield. And then of course you can use the female Draenei, the selfless hero, which when she dies she gives something else Divine Shield. So yeah, so this will definitely go into my Divine Quest deck. I'm already thinking about how cool things I can make. So now let's go with the next one here, which is a Chillblade Champion, 4 mana, common card, 3/2 stat line, not super strong, 2 health for 4 mana, really bad, but it has yards and it has lifesteal. So you get that lifesteal, you get it, you know, because I'm the best president, you know. You get a lifesteal, you just charge into the Mexican wall, or you charge those Mexican immigrants, you steal their life, you get 3 back, you know. That's good. 3 votes, you know. That's good. Oh my, I always get tears when I really focus on trying to do a voice, you know. My teary eyes, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so yeah, Chillblade Champion will guarantee at least 3 life back. And if you think about something like Earthen Ring Farseer, which is it's 3 mana, right? It's 3 mana. Is it 3 mana 3/3, or is it 3 mana 3/2? Oh no, it's 3 mana 2/2, I think. I forgot what the stat line was for Earthen Ring Farseer, but yeah, Earthen Ring Farseers heals you for 2 or 3. So basically the same as the Chillblade Champion. Chillblade Champion is more expensive, but it has that charge effect. And so the thing would be, like, if this would have Divine Shield, it would be so much better. What I'm thinking that you're gonna do, however, is you're not gonna run this at 4 mana. You're never gonna play it at 4 mana most of the time. You're gonna play this at 5 mana. I'm gonna play it in my Divine Quest deck. I'm gonna put adaptation on this guy. You put adaptation on it, you get to choose one of the adapts. Give it 3 extra health. Give it 3 extra attack. Give it 3 extra attack with Flaming Claws. You now have a 6/2. You gain 6 health. That's the same restoring health as a Holy Light. Holy Light only costs 2 and restores 6. But it also has stats on the board. Or you give it like Death Rattle, summon 2 1/1s. Or like you give it so it cannot be targeted by hero power or spells. So opponent has to use AoE or something to deal with it. You know, it has the potential to be really good with a lot of buffs on it and stuff like that. So yeah, and Divine Shield on this is complete bonkers. And just putting Divine Shield or something just costs 1 mana. So yeah, really good. I'm actually gonna have to go to score in the next